My world is burning. Gas prices are rising. Every day I ask myself if we are getting closer to a chaotic world full of fire, blood, and tears. And at the rate we're going, it ain't gonna happen because the possibility of a Mad Max world with these gas prices is extremely doubtful. We are more likely to blow up the whole world over fossils than to leave it in a deserted ruins where we all drive our cars around and blow people up. With gas being the new gold and water being the new silver. While I doubt this would happen in this world, we have a beautiful series that shows us the max level of insanity. If we ever decided to nuke everyone and said, fuck it, survive on your own. And from the series, we were gifted an extremely underrated game in 2015 simply called Mad Max. If you did not play this amazing gem, then I am ready to show you why you should stop what you're doing and check it out. This is a look into Mad Max. Developed by Avalanche Studios, creators of the Just Cause series, Mad Max is an action-adventure game set in an open-world environment. The world is a desert where water is rare to find, and groups of raiders lead communities, and everyone's minds have been twisted due to the extensive heat. You are Max, trying to simply pass through this area when everything suddenly goes wrong. If you have not seen the movies or know the story of Mad Max, you will miss some backstory when it comes to Max, as this is barely touched in the game. The game was truly made for the fans of this series, and it delivered so well if anyone found this hidden gem. Don't get me wrong, this game did sell well. In fact, its first week release, it was the second best-selling game in the United Kingdom, right behind Metal Gear Solid 5, which both were released on the same day, fun fact. It was also the 8th best-selling game in the US in September 2015. Then why do I say this game is underrated? Because nobody talked about it even that year it came out. I was the only one who owned the game from my friends, and even fewer of my friends even knew it existed. I want to show you all a very good game that I believe deserves your attention.
Listen, my apostles of Alpha! You've hunted well. Here's the fox who thought he'd plunder from Scabra Scrotus.
This game did come out with the hype of Mad Max Fury Road, but this is not a movie tie-in game. This game has its own story set in this universe. Max is traveling to a place that he calls the Plains of Silence. On the way there, he is attacked by the War Boys, part of Scrotus' legion led by Scabrous Scrotus. So I guess he did survive the truck flip and explosion. While this game does have the War Boys and Scrotus from the movie, I would have to say that this game takes place after the events of Fury Road. After being jumped and losing everything including his shoes and shirt, Max catches up to the truck and fights with Scrotus to get his car back. He fails to get his stuff back, but does leave Scrotus a nice gift to remember him by. Once he recovers, he meets up with Chum Bucket, who is about to eat a dog. Once Max confronts him, Chum Bucket believes that Max is from a prophecy and wants to build him a car, the Magnum Opus, the best car in the desert. With that being said, Max and Chum Bucket head off to assist the camps against Scrotus' men in exchange for parts and weapons to build the best car in the desert. It's pretty convenient that the first person Max runs into is a Blackfinger, a mechanic in the Mad Max world, but it gets the plot rolling. Along the way, you will meet new insane people who will provide you with some great upgrades to your car and Max. G, a man who wants you to get him ways to produce gunpowder to produce ammo. Gutgash, who believes a great flood is coming and have taken home to a ship in the desert. Pink Eye, whose followers believe there is a paradise in the great sand dunes and build a land ship to travel using air to make it there, and many more. To get trust with these people, you're going to need to do some work for them. But to do that work effectively, you are going to need some upgrades yourself. You ever play the Arkham Knight games, but you wish you played the whole game as Red Hood or Thomas Wayne's Batman? Well, then you will love Mad Max. The gameplay is very similar to Arkham Asylum with its free-flow combat, only this time, you actually kill your enemies. Countering at certain times allows you to break limbs, stunning someone allows you to pull out a shiv and insta-kill them, and after battling for a short time, you can go into Rage mode, which turns Max into a wrestler, picking up and throwing enemies and drop kicking them, punching shields so hard that you actually break through them, blasting away enemies with your shotgun, and so much more. The gameplay is so addicting that I used to be upset when clearing out a base since I wanted to keep fighting. While progressing through the game, you can upgrade Max equipment to do more damage, hold more ammo on your shotgun, have more shivs, more armor, and even change how he looks, as well as unlocking special abilities to use in combat to make it even easier to deal with harder enemies. Throughout the world, you will be dealing with fortresses full of war boys, collecting scrap to upgrade your magnum opus, finding water, fuel, and cosmetic stuff for your vehicle. Along the way, you will fight bosses in hand-to-hand. While they are cool, unfortunately these guys all work the same, so you will be doing this 6 times. The location and the bases are so cool and well designed. One of my personal favorites is the one that is literally a giant oil rig that you have to climb up while fighting so many war boys. Other forts will have you blowing up oil pumps so that the war boys lose access to fuel for their vehicles. All in all, there are many things you can do with Max while on foot, but if you've seen any of the Mad Max movies, you know that the series loves its vehicles and it does not disappoint here at all. One of the key features to the Mad Max series is the post-apocalyptic vehicles, and the one you will be using the most is the Magnum Opus. Chumbucket's prophesized vehicle, starting out as a simple frame, and you slowly start to build the weapon up. You build up its armor, its effectiveness from stopping foes from jumping on your vehicle, and even shooting flames from the side of your car. Because Max thought it wasn't hot enough. Chumbucket comes along with you in this vehicle, and he uses the main weapons of the Magnum Opus, which includes a grappling hook, which is extremely useful, as it can tear up parts of vehicles, take people out of their cars, and even rip off gates. The higher you level up the harpoon in the game, the bigger the objects you can grab and rip off. Along with the harpoon, we have a series classic weapon, the Thunder Stick. These weapons are usually thrown, but Chumbucket is able to shoot one of these out of your grappling hook launcher, giving you an advantage over the war boys. Thunder Sticks are basically explosive spears if you have never seen the movie. In the beginning, I felt like a level 3 harpoon did more damage than the level 1 Thunder Stick, which is pretty funny because it's an explosive. But once you level that up, the Thunder Stick will quickly become your favorite weapon. Next weapon is your shotgun, which is the only weapon that you can use on any other vehicle. That's right, no other vehicle will support Chumbucket, so if you decide to take a different vehicle, you will be severely limited to your weapons, and you can't upgrade these cars either, so good luck! The shotgun can shoot out drivers or even tires, or if you are lucky enough, propane tanks on the back of the vehicles. But if you run out of shots for your shotgun, then I guess you'll die. Your harpoon has no ammo, so no matter what, you will always have that to fall on in the Magnum Opus. Last weapon you can get for your car is a sniper, which only Max can use, which can take out targets at long range, but because you aren't driving, you are extremely slow, and good luck trying to use this in a chase. It's mostly used for other sniper towers. In the end, there is no reason to use any other car in the game because you are just simply limiting yourself so much that it becomes a burden to drive anything but the Magnum Opus through the wasteland.
Just one chance to get it. Yeah.
She will die! Oh, sweet! At all! Never! I would rather breathe my last breath than watch her die!
While this game did do well sale-wise, it's a shame we didn't get another game. This game was so much fun to play again, but that doesn't mean it's perfect. Unfortunately, the story is kind of flat, and to me personally, it doesn't end in a very satisfying way. The open world is vast and barren, and I get that that was kind of the point, but there are only 4 objectives to do in each region, and they are all the same, so there is no variety when it comes to that. The side quests are interesting, though, and handled very well, but this game definitely leaves you wanting more. I hope one day this game catches the developer's eyes again, and we visit the wasteland of Mad Max one more time. A movie tie-in game that was actually good and barely had anything to connect to the movie it was coming out with. It's rare that we're seeing one of these that are so good in today's time.
We interrupt this program to bring you this important announcement. Gas prices has now surged up to $10 a gallon, shattering the record in gas price increases. Protests are emerging in the streets, along with rioters removing gas from people's cars. It is advised that citizens remain home, while law enforcement will do their best to keep everyone and their families safe from harm. Yeah, we advise people that if possible to stay home and to remain calm. However, it is never a wrong thing to protect yourself and your family if need be.